Hi everyone, this is Hareesha from H&B Premier Tax and Accounting LLC. I'm a CPA here in Long Island, New York. Today I want to bring you two updates. One about Paycheck Protection Program loan extension. So this Paycheck Protection Program loan was supposed to expire by March 31st. Now it's being extended for another 60 days, which is a good news for a lot of businesses. The second one is about third stimulus checks. If you still did not receive the third stimulus check, and then if you're not required to file a tax returns, I'm going to cover what you have to do to get that, third stimulus check. So if you haven't met before, please, remember to subscribe to our channel and give a thumbs up for this video. That will tremendously help us to grow this channel. Let's get to it. So what is a Paycheck Protection Program loan? Paycheck Protection Program loan is a SBA loan that, they came up during the pandemic to support small businesses that has less than 500 employees, so they could get money from the SBA guaranteed loan as a, it comes as a loan, but if you meet certain, requirements, and they use the funds to retain employees or to, keep going your business, potentially you could get that loan forgiven. So basically, which means, you're getting the money as a loan, but if you apply for the forgiveness and then you get the forgiveness, you will not have to pay that money back. So a lot of businesses, took the advantage of this program, and then they were able to help, keep going, and they retain a lot of employees. It tremendously helped a lot of businesses. And over the year, so there have been a lot of changes to the program to improve the program. One of the things that, the Biden administration did was to change the loan calculations, method to help a lot of small businesses, people that file a Schedule C, people like, self-employed individuals, the people drive, taxis, Uber, Lyft, freelancers, landscapers, you name it, like, anybody that has a, a small business or a side hustle that, files a Schedule C now could be eligible for this, loan program based on their revenue. Prior to the rule change, they had to calculate the loan amount based on net income. But what the Biden administration realized was, like, a lot of people, when they run a small business, they don't have significant amount of profits, or they don't, show a loss. Because of that, a lot of businesses were not able to take advantage of the program, or even if they did, the loan amounts were such a small number, right? So because of that, they changed the rules, so the Schedule C filers could calculate the loan amount based up, on their gross income on the Schedule C. So now, because of that, a lot of people, or a lot of, businesses are eligible to apply for this, a loan program, and then they can get a higher, amount of loan. Now, since that change, a lot of businesses have been, applying to, get the loan. But what happened was, due to the increased volume, SBA couldn't process, all those loans on time. So there are estimated 190,000 loans, in the queue. Now, this program was supposed to expire on March 31st, 2021, in a couple of, days. Now, there were AICPA and a lot of other, organization, went to Congress, went to the administration, and then they said, we need to extend this program, at least another 60 days. So because of all those, requests, the government agreed to, extend this program another 60 days. I'm sure you all must have seen this. The Senate, passed the PPP deadline extension, and then, all these news, reported. So what this is going to do now is, this is allowing a lot of, small businesses to take advantage of this program, and then, submit their applications if they haven't submitted already, or if they have submitted the application but still haven't gotten the, funding. It gives, more time for SBA to, process these loans. So what do you have to do if you haven't, submitted an application? you could get in touch with your banks. Some banks, have stopped, taking applications altogether, but you have to get in touch with the bank that, still taking applications. And also some accountants, can help you, go through this process. Personally, our firm, we have been helping a lot of our clients to, go through the process and get loans. We have a platform through AICPA, that we are able to act as the middleman to, help, the businesses get this loan. So if you have, your accountant, reach out to them. If you need help, you could always, reach out to us. uh, but if not, at the least, you could reach out to your bank and then, ask, okay, so I want to apply for this loan. What do I have to do? So then they will guide you, with the application process, and then you have to provide your Schedule C that you filed for 2019 or 2020. So you could use either one. If your 2019 has high amount of, gross income, so then you should use 2019 Schedule C. But if your 2020 Schedule C has a high amount of, gross income, then you should, use your 2020 Schedule C. And then also, once you get, this uh, first round of, PPP loan, if you haven't applied for the first round, so you will be able to get, the first round. Now, if you already gotten a loan, previously, and then you can show 25% of, revenue reduction for any quarter in 2020 compared to the same quarter 2019. So then you could qualify for a second, draw of PPP loan as well. So then you got to, get that number and then get in touch with your bank, and then, you could, request for a second draw of, PP loan. Now, if you got the first round of PP loan, from one bank, do you have to go to the same bank to get the second round of PPP loan? No. You could go to the same bank, if they're still taking applications. But if they're not taking applications, you could go to a new bank, or, a new provider, or, if your accountant, can help you deal with that, and you could go to your accountant and then let somebody else handle the second round, if you choose to do so. So now, this extra 60 days will allow a lot of businesses to submit new applications, and then if you already have submitted an application, it will allow SBA to, process those applications. The SBA and the government wants small businesses to take advantage of, this program, and then take this money and then, retain employees, or keep the businesses, opening. There are a lot of, small businesses are struggling because of the pandemic and due to the economic conditions. So please look into it, and then I'm going to leave the links, from the SBA, that they release, FAQs, frequently asked questions about the program. So if you have any questions, uh, go through that. And also, if you need, help, specifically to your individual situations or your businesses, I'm going to leave a link to our website. You could reach out to us, give us a call. We're more than happy to help. All right, so next thing that I was talking about, the third stimulus check. IRS, is already paid, like, third stimulus check to a lot of, people, right? But some people still didn't get the third stimulus check. So what do you have to do to, get the third stimulus check if you're not required to file a tax return? So now, if you file a tax return already in 2019, or if you file a tax return in 2020, or if you're getting, benefits, from any kind of government benefit program such as Social Security benefits, IRS already has your information, and then they're going to calculate and then send you your third stimulus check. You will either get a check, or, you could get a, direct deposit. And then also, if you filed a if you used the non-filer tools last year, there was a tool that IRS created for people who are not required to file a tax return. So if you use that tool, then you don't have to do anything else also. But if you're not fitting into any of those categories, let me show you here, the IRS website. here are the people. Here's where IRS talks about, like, the third stimulus check people who filed a 2020 tax return, who filed a 2019 tax return. Oh, and then, if they have the IRS have not processed their 2020 yet, and then they did not file a 2020 tax return or 2019 tax return yet, but they registered for the economic impact payment with the non-filer tool in 2020. Or if they are federal benefit recipients who do not usually file a tax return. If you fall into any of these categories, then you don't have to do anything. You will get your third stimulus check, right? But if you are not falling into any of these categories, so then only way for you to get your third stimulus check would be for you to go ahead and file a tax return. You're going to say, like, well, I don't have to file a tax return. Yes, that's correct. You might not have enough income, or you may not require to file a tax return. But if you don't file a tax return, there's no way for IRS to know or calculate your recovery rebate credit, which is the word that they're using on the tax return to describe the stimulus checks, right? So if you're one of those people that doesn't fall into any of those categories, please go ahead and file a tax return, even though if you don't have to pay any taxes, even though if you're not required to file a tax return. Now, how do you file a tax return? There are many ways you could do that. You could go to IRS website. They have free filing tools. If your income is below a certain limit, you could file it using their tools, or you could use get help from an accountant to do it. So however you do it, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and do it. So that will help IRS to determine your situation, whether you're eligible or not. If you're eligible, they will have your information where to send the payments, either to a bank or to send a check to your address. All right, so that's it for today. And then if you see this could help someone, please feel free to share it and give a thumbs up. So until I see you in the next video, please take care of one another and stay safe. Thank you.